yeah, I got shot at when I was a little girl. Okay, I had chocolate on my mouth. I'm supposed to look in the mirror before I come out, but I don't have time for that. Do you have time for that? I don't have time for that. Oh, I was afraid he'd hear me. So today is Father's Day. Happy belated Father's Day to all you fathers out there. My husband Dutch, oh, I'm Angela, by the way. My husband Dutch is in Texas today with our son. So at least he's with family. But so I called my dad for Father's Day because, you know, that's what you do on Father's Day. You call your dad and say Happy Father's Day. And he ended up telling me this story, and I want to replay it, retell it while I still remember it. And I know I'm not going to tell it the way my dad told it, or probably I'm going to get some of the details mixed up. But basically, okay, just be quiet for a few more minutes. He's not going to let me tell my story. Ernie, let me tell my story. My dad, when I was a little girl, my dad was telling me, and I remember part of this. I don't remember, you know, as he's telling the story, I get these vague memories coming back. But basically, when I was a little girl, my grandparents owned a cabin on a lake. Only I didn't know it was on a lake because between the cabin and the lake, there was woods. And as a little girl, I wasn't allowed to go back there. I think they owned the cabin until I was 14 or 15. But anyway, I mean, when I got older, I knew there was a lake there. And between the cabin and the road, there were woods. But off to the side, and where we would play, there was a big opening, and they did skeet shooting and stuff like that there. And I remember looking forward to getting a chance to do that myself. And I remember when my grandparents sold the cabin, I was so bummed because I never got my chance to do that. My older sister did the year before, and my dad told me next year you can, but it didn't happen. That's okay, I survived. It was out of his control anyway. So this cabin here, you've got these 4 little girls, because I had 3 sisters at that time, so 4 little girls were playing out there when a car drives up and a guy starts shooting. He had a .22 rifle, I think my dad said. Ernie, stop. And my dad said the guy was shooting at me, not necessarily my sisters, but directly at me. And he didn't think the guy was necessarily shooting at me. He was shooting at the cattails that were there, shooting cattails. And I'm trying to remember the layout and where we would have been. It's been several years since I've been there, so you know how you remember things isn't necessarily how they were when you were a little kid. Anyway, so this guy is shooting at me. That's my dad said. He was shooting at me. And my dad looked at the guy from across the field or wherever he was and saw the guy. And the guy looked at my dad and he continued to shoot. And my dad had a .22 rifle and he took that and he shot beyond the guy in his car. You know, my dad was a good shot. He knew what he was doing. He didn't want to hurt the guy. He just wanted to send him a message. You are shooting my daughters and this is not going to happen. And the guy kind of looked at it where, you know, the bullet went past, and then he shot again. And so my dad sent another bullet his direction. And the guy got the message at that point and he drove away. And he must have, look, the bugs are bad. One just flew in my eye. He must have been a young guy, because my dad said later a neighbor or a farmer showed up, drove along the road, saw my dad. He looked at the cattails and he assessed the situation and could see the little kids outside playing. And he looked at my dad and he left. And that was the end of that. But so, yeah, I got shot at when I was a little girl. Intentionally or unintentionally, I'll never know. My dad didn't know. He was giving the guy the benefit of the doubt. Anyway, thanks for saving my life, Dad. Love you. There's Ernie. That's me. There's Ernie. Yeah, that close. That close. This is what summer looks like in the UP. Green trees, blue sky, mosquitoes flying all around. Welcome to summer. And a goose honking. Check this out. There's already a strawberry and it's not even July yet. Wow. Ernie, where are you?
Piper, get down. Piper says, I want to get in there too.
Whoa! Ernie's right outside the window. Oh, now I can't see him. Oh, there, I see the top of his head. There. Oh, there he is. Hi, Ernie. Look at all the mosquitoes right outside the screen. Oh, boy.
That's fine.
They're trying to get in and eat us alive. Oh, yeah, I washed the dishes. It's clear behind me. I just finished mopping the floor twice. I mopped it, the water was so dirty, I mopped it again. So I'm gonna show you my clean floor. And then I'm gonna let the dogs in here. We'll see how long it can last. It is, oh, it's earlier than I thought. It's 12:41. We'll see how it is later on today. There's still wet spots. Oh, I forgot to show you how clean it was. There are still wet spots, but it is clean. It is clean. We'll see how long it lasts. Right, Wilder? Natty, where are you? Natty. Yeah, we'll see how long it lasts. Yeah, she's hiding there. Good girl. I don't, you know, we have hardwood floor in the other room, and yet they choose to be in here. This is want to be where the party is, right? Okay, it's the next day. I forgot to show how bad the floor was last night. The dogs are loud this morning. They know I'm leaving. She's like, please take me with you. Okay, so this wasn't as bad as it can get sometimes. You'll see there's fur all over the floor, and that's it. Now we gotta sweep them up again. Yep, there's the dustpan. Oh, bye, Piper.